There comes a time when it's no longer okay to use your vacation days to go to the nearest theme park. You're an adult now, so it's time to start going on trips like one. Instead of going on boring cross-country road trips, use your frequent flyer miles to visit places you've only seen in your dreams. There is a vacation spot that will live up to your sexy travel dreams, whether they involve white sand beaches and tall model girls playing volleyball or wild nights and never-ending nakedness. Welcome back to our channel Travel Tales. In today's video, we will share with you some of the sexiest and hottest travel places. So without any delay, let's dive in. Atlanta. It is not without reason that this region is known as the Dirty South. It is the city where the players play, where people adore the strippers, and where the word thick can often be met with approval. Magic is one word that comes to mind when describing the city of Atlanta. The ladies from the A know full well that they are in a category by themselves because they are truly exceptional. If a city that played host to Freaknik for a number of years is not considered sexy, then perhaps the definition of the word itself needs to be revised. Do not assume that the spirit has dissipated along with the wind just because the event that was the most exciting thing to happen in the South recently seems like a distant memory now. Atlanta gives you a taste of what it's like to party south of the Mason-Dixon line thanks to its celebrity-packed party scene, which draws a steady stream of visitors. The Maldives. If you think it's hot to look at turquoise water and lay on white sand, you might want to go to the Maldives in the Indian Ocean. These islands are like heaven on earth and are a great place to go if you need to get away from the stress of city life. Between June and August is the best time to surf in the Maldives, but it's always a good time to visit this place. Since most Maldivians are very religious, you wouldn't call the inhabited islands sexy, but you can do whatever you want on the resort islands. A trip to the Maldives will cost you a lot, but don't worry, it's worth it. Remember that being hot costs money. Moscow. Let's be honest, when thinking of a hot place to go on vacation, one of the things that will make a place stand out is how hot the women are. Boca Raton didn't make the cut this time because of this. Anyway, Moscow has some of the hottest women on the planet, so even though it's not in the tropics, you should try Russia if you're looking for some heat. Make sure to party at the Denis Simashev shop and bar while you're there. Model girls dancing all over the place? You have already won just by being there. Budapest, Hungary. Although it is admirable and noteworthy that Budapest architecture has a cultural significance in Europe, this is not what makes Hungary's capital city so popular. It is the city's accessibility and affordability. Not at all. Rather, Budapest's reputation as having one of the sexiest cultures on the planet is a result of the city's active nightlife and youthful culture. Not only do the young people of Budapest enjoy going out to parties and getting dirty together, but the city also makes it possible for them to clean off all of their transgressions in the many natural thermal baths that are located throughout the city. There are not many experiences that can compare to getting undressed in the company of complete strangers while basking in the steam of a natural hot spring water, while being surrounded by some of the most ornate architecture Europe has to offer. Cape Verde Islands, off the coast of West Africa, is a group of 10 main islands where you can experience a perfect mix of soulful African traditions and the European flavor of the Portuguese. The warm water beaches are miles long and are a great place to do many different kinds of water sports. You might think of Brazil when you think of Cape Verde, but don't be fooled. These islands have a taste that is unique to Africa. Some of the most beautiful women in the world speak the Criollo language, which is a real treat for the ears. Plan a trip to Boa Vista's Coralino Beach, which is in an area that doesn't get much or any rain. You don't want to spend even one day of your trip stuck inside, missing out on all the fun. Iceland. We bet you never thought you would hear the word sexy in Iceland in the same sentence, but we are about to change your mind. Everyone agrees that high-end luxury is hot, as is being bare-bottomed, right? Well, if you combine the two, you get a pretty hot vacation, and that's what you will get at the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. The hot springs that make up this natural wonder were made by accident in 1976, and it was a very happy accident. The public bathing facilities not only give you a chance to be one with Mother Nature and the beautiful things that she made, But the waters are also said to be good for your skin, so you can stay sexy at the same time. Seychelles. The Seychelles are a group of 115 small islands that are east of the continent of Africa. This is not the place to go with your wingman and a group of guys, but if you have a girl and want to show her how serious you are about keeping the sparks flying in your relationship, this is the place to go. There are times when being alone is the sexiest thing you can do. The Seychelles are not just a place to lie around and get a tan though. Visit the popular club Love Nut if you get there. If the name tells you anything about how the night will end, you are in for a good one. Negril in Jamaica. The Caribbean is a whole part of the world that it's all about sexiness. All of your senses are awakened by the island music, the different kinds of West Indian food that wake up your taste buds, and the beautiful people. Even though each island has plenty of sexiness to offer, Jamaica is the sexiest place to go on vacation. About 90 minutes from Montego Bay's International Airport is a place where only people who are very sure of how hot they are should go. Hedonism 2 is a resort in Negril that tells people to let it all out. At this all-inclusive resort for nudists and the prudes who love them, you can expect to see a lot of private parts, take part in fantasy and fetish nights, and if you stay up late enough, take part in some adult group activities. If you're ready for all that, you have reached the pinnacle of a sexy vacation. Cabo San Lucas in Mexico. Yes, spring breakers like it, and for good reason. If you want to party all night and into the morning, dance until you catch a Charlie horse and fall in love at least 5 times in one night, you should go to Cabo San Lucas. Cabo isn't all about having fun though. If you need to relax and recover from all the partying, you can go to Lover's Beach and cuddle up with a girl who cut your eye the night before. On the other hand, scuba diving is a great thing to do in the area when you need a rush of adrenaline. Cabo has everything you could want, and having things the way you like them is pretty hot. Las Vegas. Most people agree that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so leave your inhibitions at the airport when you go onto the adventure at the West Coast. There is a reason why it's called Sin City. Try to avoid some of the 7 deadly sins. Could we start with desire and greed? The anything goes attitude of Las Vegas makes it a great place to go if you want to get away from your normal life and see something completely different. Live out some of your wildest dreams, and when you get back home, don't tell anyone about what you did. When you kiss and tell, you take away the fun. That's it for today, guys. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to get the latest update about the fresh and interesting content we keep on posting. See you in the next one.